What if you could genuinely transform your life? Not, through some massive dramatic change, but just by getting 1% better every single day.
It sounds almost too simple, right? Laughably simple, maybe?
Exactly. But that's the counterintuitive power behind James Clear's Atomic Habits.
Yeah, and today we're doing a deep dive into the material you shared. We're going to try and peel back the layers, go beyond just the basic summaries you might see everywhere.
Our mission really is to pull out those core insights, maybe some surprising bits, and give you a kind of shortcut.
A shortcut to understanding how these tiny, tiny shifts can actually stack up.
And lead to really monumental results in your life. It seems unbelievable sometimes.
It does. And I think to really get it, we have to start with Clear's foundational idea. It's pretty blunt.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
He says, you do not rise to the level of your goals, you fall to the level of your systems.
That hits hard, doesn't it? What's the real weight behind that statement?
Well, it really flips our usual thinking, you know? We obsess over the big goals, the dream job, losing the weight, whatever it is.
Right. It's the outcome.
Exactly. But Clear argues, look, those dreams give you direction, sure, but they aren't what actually gets you there.
So it's the daily stuff.
It's the systems, the habits you have day in, day out. Those are the things that either push you forward or kind of quietly hold you back. It's shifting focus from the what to the how.
Okay, the how. And speaking of that, let's unpack this 1% improvement rule.
Yeah.
That feels key to the atomic idea.
Oh, absolutely.
It sounds so small, 1%, almost insignificant. But he claims it makes you nearly 37 times better over a year. How does that even work? What's the magic there?
It's that compound interest effect, but for habits. And our brains aren't really wired to appreciate it initially.
We want the big bang.
Yeah, we want the overnight success. But Clear talks about this valley of latent potential.
Okay.
It's that period where you are improving by 1%, but it's invisible. Nothing seems to be happening. It feels frustrating.
In there.
We all have. But then suddenly you hit this sort of tipping point, a breakthrough. And all those tiny efforts just explode into visible progress. It really challenges how we think about progress itself.
So it's about trusting that process, even when you can't see the results day to day.
Exactly. Trust the system.
And another really fascinating idea linked to this is identity-based habits. It's not just about doing things, but about becoming someone.
Right. This is huge.
How does Clear suggest we actually, step into that new identity, not just wish for it?
He argues that real, lasting change isn't driven by the outcome you want, but by the identity you want to have.
Okay, so give me an example.
Instead of, I want to quit smoking, the shift is to, I am not a smoker. Or instead of, I want to run a marathon, it's, I'm a runner.
Ah, I see. So the actions follow the identity.
Precisely. Every time you do something aligned with that identity, like lacing up your shoes, even for a short walk, if you're becoming a runner, you're essentially casting a vote for that identity. You're gathering evidence.
It's like building a case for who you are.
Exactly. It creates this positive feedback loop. Actions reinforce beliefs. Beliefs drive more action. Powerful stuff.
Okay, that really reframes things.
Right.
So once we get that mindset, how do we actually build these little atomic habits? He has those 4 laws, right?
Yep, 4 simple laws.
The first one is make it obvious. That feels like, making it hard to ignore.
You got it. Our brains love the easy path, the path of least resistance. So this law is about designing your world, your environment, your routines. So the cues for the good habits are just right there, in your face, almost. You don't have to think hard, you just see it and hopefully do it.
And he has a specific trick for this, doesn't he? Habit stacking.
Yeah, that's a really practical one. Instead of finding new time, which is hard, you link a new habit you want to start.
To one you already do.
Exactly, to an existing ingrained habit. The example from the material is classic. After I pour my morning coffee, I will meditate for 1 minute. Or after I take off my work shoes, I will change into my workout clothes.
So you're piggybacking on an existing routine. Clever.
Very. It automates the trigger for the new habit.
It's not just about timing, but physical space too. Environment design.
Oh, hugely important. It's about making the cues for good habits visible and the cues for bad habits invisible.
So like if I want to eat more fruit.
Don't hide it in the crisper drawer. Put it in a bowl on the counter where you see it all the time.
Or the book example, put the book you want to read on your pillow.
Yep. Make the default choice the good choice. Arrange your world to support your goals. You're kind of engineering your own behavior.
Okay, makes sense. Law number 2, make it attractive. This feels more intuitive. We like nice things.
We do. Our brains chase dopamine, we seek pleasure, so the more attractive, the more appealing a habit is.
The more likely we are to do it.
The more likely your brain is to anticipate a reward, release dopamine, and actually want to repeat the action. It's about associating positive feelings with the habit.
And that temptation bundling idea is just genius for this.
Isn't it? It's so practical.
Explain it again, the classic example.
You pair something you want to do, something you genuinely enjoy.
Like watching your favorite show.
Exactly. With something you need to do or feel you should do, like exercise. So the rule becomes, I only get to watch my favorite Netflix show while I'm on the treadmill.
Suddenly, the treadmill doesn't seem so bad.
Right. It becomes the gateway to the thing you actually crave. It bundles the chore with the reward.
That is deviously effective. And it taps right into that need for immediate gratification.
Totally. And another way to make habits attractive is through social influence. Who you hang out with matters.
The whole, you're the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with idea.
Something like that. We're tribal creatures. We want to fit in. We naturally imitate the habits of the groups we belong to.
So if you want to adopt certain habits...
Surround yourself with people who already embody those habits. Join a running club, a book group, whatever aligns with who you want to become. Their normal becomes your normal.
Makes sense. Okay, law 3, make it easy. Now this one feels like it goes against everything we're usually told about discipline.
Like just push through it, no pain, no gain.
Yeah, but Clear says, make it easy.
Because friction is the enemy of habits. Willpower, as he points out, is limited. It runs out.
Okay.
So most habits don't fail because we don't want them enough. They fail because they're too hard to start or there's too much friction involved.
So reduce the steps, reduce the effort.
Exactly. Make good habits the path of least resistance. And conversely, add friction to bad habits. Make them harder to do.
And for making things easy, that 2-minute rule seems incredibly powerful.
It really is. It's maybe one of the most actionable takeaways for many people.
Just break down.
Any new habit, start with just the first 2 minutes. That's it. Read before bed becomes open the book. Run 3 miles becomes put on running shoes.
Why does that work so well?
Because it lowers the barrier to almost zero. Anyone can do something for 2 minutes. And the key is, a habit must be established before it can be improved. You need to master the art of showing up first.
Get the momentum going.
Precisely. Starting is often the hardest part. The 2-minute rule basically hacks the starting process.
And then there's automation, the ultimate ease.
Right. If you can set it and forget it, do it. Take the decision-making out of the equation.
Like automatic savings transfers.
Perfect example. Or paying bills automatically. Or, like the source mentioned, gym membership auto-renewal. It just happens. Less thinking, more doing.
Okay, brings us to the final law. Number 4, make it satisfying. This feels like where it all comes together. The reward.
It is. Because the cardinal rule of behavior change is, what is immediately rewarded is repeated. What is immediately punished is avoided.
Our brains love that instant gratification.
They're wired for it. Even if a habit has amazing long-term benefits, if there's no immediate sense of satisfaction, it's really hard to stick with it. The payoff feels too far away.
So we need to engineer immediate rewards.
Yes. Find ways to give yourself a little win right after you complete the habit.
Like what? If I finish a workout, what's a good reward?
It doesn't have to be big. Something simple like putting a big X on your calendar or tracking it in an app. That visual proof of progress feels good.
The habit tracker satisfaction.
Exactly. It closes the loop. It signals success to your brain right away.
And flipping that for bad habits, make the consequence immediate too.
You got it. Increase the immediate cost of the bad habit.
Like having an accountability partner, you have to pay if you skip a workout.
That's a classic. Or some kind of immediate penalty. It makes the pain of the bad habit felt now, not just vaguely in the future. That helps short-circuit the impulse.
Okay, those 4 laws provide a really solid framework. But Clear also mentions some more advanced tactics, right, for leveling up.
Yeah, for when you've got the basics down and want to maintain momentum.
One I really like is the Goldilocks rule. What's that about? Finding what's just right?
Pretty much. It's about managing difficulty. Habits need to stay challenging enough to keep you engaged, but not so hard that you get discouraged and quit.
So not too easy, not too hard.
Right. Peak motivation happens when you're working on tasks that are right on the edge of your current abilities, just slightly channeling that keeps you focused and interested.
Avoid boredom. Avoid overwhelm. Find the sweet spot.
Find the sweet spot.
And this next one feels crucial, especially when you feel stuck. The plateau of latent potential. We touched on it earlier.
Yes, that valley where nothing seems to happen.
Why is understanding this so vital for not giving up?
Because it explains why effort sometimes feels wasted, even when it isn't. You put in the work day after day doing those 1% things.
And the scale doesn't move, or the savings don't seem to grow.
Exactly. It looks flat, but the potential is building up, unseen. Like heating water, it's getting hotter, but it's still water at 98, 99 degrees.
Until it hits 100.
And then boom, steam, transformation. Understanding the plateau helps you trust the process during those frustrating periods and keep going until you hit that breakthrough point. Your efforts are accumulating.
Which loops back perfectly to tracking and reflection, doesn't it?
Absolutely. Tracking isn't just about the immediate satisfaction of checking a box.
It's about seeing the evidence.
Seeing the evidence, yes, but also about learning. Reflection lets you see what's working, what's not. Are you hitting the Goldilocks zone? Do you need to adjust your system? It keeps you iterating and improving.
Okay, so let's try and bring this all home. Looking at the big picture, what's the real secret sauce of Atomic Habits? It's more than just small tricks, isn't it?
Oh, much more. The deep insight, I think, is that your habits are fundamentally shaping who you are. Your identity emerges from the things you consistently do.
So it's not just about achieving a goal, it's about embodying an identity.
Right. You become a reader by reading every day. You become a writer by writing every day. You become punctual by being on time every day. The habits are the pathway to the identity.
So the advice is stop focusing only on those massive, maybe intimidating goals.
Focus less on the giant leap and more on the tiny, repeatable step, the 1% improvement.
Bring back that water boiling analogy.
Yeah, it's powerful. Nothing seems to change at 95, 96, 97, 98, 99 degrees.
But that one extra degree
Transforms everything. That's the power of consistent atomic habits over time. They build that potential until suddenly transformation happens.
It really reframes the whole idea of change.
It does. Which leads to, maybe, a final thought for everyone listening.
Go for it.
If you could start one new habit today, just one, even if it's only for 2 minutes, what would it be?
That's a great question to ponder. Just that tiny first step. What could it be for you? Maybe even thinking about it or sharing it. That could be the start of something significant.